What is up, TT Squad? Today I'm going to be showing you the curliest teachers ever. The curliest teacher ever that has done some bad things to kids. Like, bad things. My hair is frizzy, so I don't know why I don't have my cap on. Let me go get my cap. Woo!
Play? Bumper heads here? Why not? Come on.
So y'all, I have my phone right here. About to get it to YouTube.
Should I? Please do.
With the nuts. The worst teachers ever.
Now it's mixed up.
So here we go. I got it looked up. So this video not gonna be long because I gotta get my hair done. That's why I have a cap on. So I gotta go get it done in a few. Oh Lord. So here is. I wonder which one I should do. Then they got 20. They got 5. Okay, that's just disgusting.
So you'll be here to help if I need
Ew, what is that?
Okay. What about here?
I think I might do top 5 central. So here we go.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central.
Okay, here we go.
Today we're looking at the top 10 worst teachers caught on camera, part 2. Now, in episode 1 to this, we looked at some of the worst teachers, and you guys loved it, so I thought we'd showcase a few more, so leave a like if you do go on to enjoy. Also, just a quick reminder, if you subscribe and leave a comment right now, you get a chance to win a free $100 Amazon gift card. So if you like free money, why not do it real quick? Anyways, with that said, let's get right into the video. Number 10. Now, I know kids can be disruptive, and sometimes teachers have to get strict to keep them in line, but I don't think there's any way to justify what happened to this little girl. I mean, true, she was in a special class for kids with behavioral issues, but the teacher was still there to help her, not to absolutely ruin her day. Basically, the kid was chewing on her sweater, and when the helper in the class asked her to stop, she refused. Now, you'd think the teacher would have given her a timeout or something, but no, she pulled the sweater out of her mouth and pulled out 3 of her teeth, too. Now, thankfully, the teacher was banned from the school and the mom is pressing charges, but the kid is obviously pretty upset. With that said, she probably got extra money from the Tooth Fairy that night, so maybe this story has a happy ending.
7-year-old Harmony Osby's baby teeth were sure to come out one day, but they shouldn't have come out Tuesday, yanked out in the middle of her school day.
When I seen Harmony, her mouth, I said, open your mouth. She opened her mouth, and I was furious. I said, call the police right now because I'm pressing charges.
Out. When she got there, she was told Harmony had been chewing on this sweater vest in class. When her teacher told her to stop, she apparently refused. Reports written by adults in the classroom at the time say the adult contracted by the school district to work with Harmony yanked the sweater from her mouth. Another witness described the adult helper as having roughly pulled the vest. In a flash, there were teeth on the little girl's lap. Harmony was in a state of shock.
She pulled it real hard.
Did you feel the pain in your mouth when she did that?
Number 9. So normally it's students who come up with excuses, especially when they get told off for bad behavior, but this time it was the other way around. Like all this kid did was stop to talk to a teacher in his math class, but when he cracked a joke about the dude's favorite football team, things went downhill fast. Like the teacher straight up punched him in the shoulder, but it gets way worse, because when he pushed him back to get away from him, the teacher literally punched him in the face. I'm not even joking, the kid blacked out and slid across the floor, and the teacher was fired on the spot, but none of that is the crazy part. Nope, the crazy part is what he said next, because he said that he couldn't be sorry since he was just having a quote-unquote bad day.
Seventh grader Reginald Wells says he received this swollen lip at the hands of his teacher, one of his teachers rather, at Smith Middle School Friday afternoon, when he claims the teacher punched him in the face and knocked him unconscious for seemingly no.
The last person voice I heard was some girl saying that I should call my mom, and then he hit me and I blacked out.
Reginald, a 7th grade student at Willie Ray Smith Middle School, says Friday afternoon he stopped in the hallway to chat with an assistant teacher from his math class. He says he cracked a joke about the teacher's favorite football team, then
all of a sudden he just hit me.
Number 8. So all little girls play with their hair, and yeah, I guess it could be annoying, but I think we all know this teacher went way too far. Like, the kid was just playing with a new braid she had put in, which she obviously was super proud of, and for some reason the teacher just couldn't handle it. So she asked her to stop, but the kid was only 7 and didn't really realize what she was doing, so in the end the teacher had to take matters into her own hands.
Yeah, I'm
Can you guess
sorry,
what
I
she
can't hold
did?
this.
She pulled the kid up to the front of the room and cut off one of her braids in front of the entire class. Not just that, but she used her school scissors to do it, and then made her sit at the desk like nothing happened.
And Terry Lamaya Kamen is angry, confused, and scared by the incident last week in which the apparently frustrated teacher cut one of her skin braids off after she wouldn't stop playing with them in class. 7-year-old Lamaya Kamen sports a few dozen braids, but one is conspicuously absent.
She told me to stop playing with it, and then cut it off and send me back to my desk.
Number 7. Okay, I think we can all agree that being yelled at is the worst, especially when you're younger, so honestly, I don't blame this girl for reacting the way she did. With that said, there's no forgiving the teacher, because how he responded to the kid is way beyond out of line. Basically, the dude was shouting at his class, and one little girl hit her head in her shirt because she was so scared. Now, it turns out she had a learning disability, so when the teacher asked her to stop, she just didn't understand, which made the teacher even madder. Now, he could have just talked to her parents, but instead he made her take off her shirt and leave her sit there naked from the waist up for 10 whole minutes. Now, he did give it back eventually, but let's be honest, the damage done to this girl was already done. I mean, honestly, that's just horrible.
With Stephen Katie, police say this teacher already had his voice raised, scolding the class. One 6-year-old girl hid herself inside her shirt, kind of like that, and when she wouldn't uncover her face, police say he pulled her shirt off. Thomas Washburn now faces a child abuse charge and 24 counts of indecent exposure. That's for every child in the class who saw this little girl naked from the waist up. The girl's mother tells police her daughter is developmentally delayed, and she sat there crying for 10 minutes before Washburn gave her shirt back.
Number 6. So bullying one student is bad enough, but when you have 2 teachers who do it constantly, then it's pretty clear they're in the wrong job. Like, these 2 teachers helped run a class for special needs students, but I think it's obvious from listening to them that they definitely weren't helping rather than hurting. I mean, when this girl got an answer wrong, they literally made her run on a treadmill, and when she complained, they talked about her belly and how she should want to get rid of it. It's not just that, though, as they also told her that she was worthless because people had to pay taxes to help her with their problems, as well as calling another student stupid and retarded. Honestly, it's pretty awful, even if both of them got fired, because I bet that ruined school for these 2 kids for a long time.
Austin says it was this woman, former Miami Trace Middle School teacher's aide Kelly Chaffins. Chaffins and the teacher she worked with, Christy Wilt, have been caught on tape criticizing another student in the same class. That girl was wearing a hidden recording device. Listen to the teacher's aide.
You're not embarrassed that we pay for your welfare. You should be.
She also remarked about the girl's intelligence.
Did you hear that say, shoot?
The 2 also made Cheyenne run on a treadmill for more than 15 minutes.
Why did block?
Number 5. Okay, sometimes it's good when teachers push you, especially when it comes to stuff like dancing or sports. But I don't need to tell you that this coach definitely crossed the line. Like, helping a student do a difficult move is one thing, but forcing them to do a trick their body just isn't ready for isn't just mean, it's also super dangerous. So basically, this coach forced his cheerleader to do the splits, and when she couldn't get her legs flat on the floor, he made her teammates hold her down. It's pretty brutal. Like, it's obvious she's in tons of pain, but even when she begs, they just don't let up. Even worse, you can see the mother was horrified, and I don't blame her, because even when the coach was suspended, he kept saying it was all part of quote-unquote normal training.
Exercise. Barry Peterson's following this, and we caution you, the video is disturbing.
Now
Allie Wakefield is a 13-year-old high school freshman screaming in agony while other cheerleaders held her, their coach pushing her legs down to do the splits. She begged 9 times in less than 24 seconds for them to stop. What was your feeling when you first saw this video?
I was horrified.
Kirsten is Allie's mother.
My daughter showed them to me while I was driving. I almost hit a car and ran off the road.
Number 4. Okay, if you thought someone was stealing from you, how far would you go to find everything out? I mean, everyone in this school had noticed that things were going missing in peak, like money from their bags and their pockets, but no one knew who it was. In fact, no one did anything about it until a student called Justine hid in her locker and watched, just to find out her teacher was the one doing the stealing. With that said, she still needed proof before she went to the principal, so she came up with a pretty simple idea. Basically, she crawled back into the locker again and filmed her teacher stealing money and even a pair of jeans all from the inside. So yeah, it obviously worked, because the teacher was caught, fired, and even convicted of petty theft.
Pretty cat. She's so pretty.
Armed with a cell phone camera, she hid inside her locker. She also set up a second camera in another locker. As you can see, there's a pink bag and a pair of jeans sitting on a bench. On the video, we see someone with a clipboard walking up. They then begin to dig through the bag. Watch as they even put the clipboard down so they can use both hands. After pulling money from the bag, the alleged thief begins rummaging through the pant pockets. After the alleged bandit finds more money in the jeans, watch as they pick up the clipboard and leave. Justine had captured it all.
Number 3.
Okay, y'all.
So you think this story would be pretty simple. Like, if you drag a student by the hair, you'd obviously get fired, right? Well, apparently not so much, because this teacher's assistant was caught dragging a 7-year-old girl to the principal by holding her braids, and literally nothing happened. Like, it sounds crazy, but the reason why is even crazier. Essentially, he got away with it because he thought he was using a kind of martial arts. No, really, he said he learned the quote-unquote technique from his mom and thought it was a peaceful Tai Chi hold that was fine to use on kids. I mean, obviously the parents were furious, but the judge said there's no evidence that he wanted to hurt the kids. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Earlier, the family of 7-year-old Mariah Thomas released school surveillance video showing a teacher's aide dragging the girl by her hair to the principal's office. Her teacher asked the aide to help after she got into a fight with a classmate. The district attorney's office did not charge the aide because there was not enough evidence to show he intended to harm the child.
I just want answers. I just want to know why isn't he being charged with anything.
According to a police report, the aide says the girl would not listen to him, so he, quote, used a technique he'd learned from his mother. He believed it was a form of Tai Chi.
Okay, y'all, I
and
think
described
I'm
it as
done
a
for
peaceful
today.
method of self-defense.
I'm making all these
Number
videos.
2. So if a student is told something that sounds more like it came from the school bully than a teacher, then you basically know the school.
I'm so sorry. I am so tired. But this is part 1. After this video is uploaded, I'll make it part 2. But that is all for today. Guess what I gotta say? I love you, my TT squad. Peace.